Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 4th episode of Honey and Clover. So, last episode there was actually quite a lot of focus on Mayama, and we actually got to finally learn just what the relationship between Yamada and him is like, and the romantic relationship that I initially thought it was is not actually the case. There seems to be a bit of an unrequited love thing going on from her to him, so it's quite a bit more complicated than what I initially assumed. So yeah, it's not great for Yamada, you know, and she cried in the end of the episode as a result of that. It was all quite sad stuff, but it did result in us seeing Morita being just amazing, you know. Oh, you're losing water here. That should help with that. Just some grade A Morita stuff. So, and we got to see Hagu's room. That was also quite nice, I guess. Anyway, let's get in the episode and see what we're gonna see today. 3, 2, 1, go. Back to our beloved opening. You know, they made all this food for the opening. Well, they must have eaten it afterwards, right? After the filming was done. I would have liked to have seen that. Like 3 people just splitting the ponzu in thirds and eating it. Or people eating the shrimp and just hoping it doesn't attack them. I will never get used to this. And there's the shrimp. Just first thing right off the episode beginning, huh? I think you have a problem, man. You probably should go and sleep in a real bed. That's terrible for your back. Hard at work over there. So quiet, you just hear the fans of the computer and her humming. And he does quite like her, doesn't he? What if she doesn't like me? Really, we just hid. Okay, man. I guess that did not work. I mean, the smoke is kind of a bit of a giveaway. But the look on her face was great. Why, man? Okay. He is so much taller than she is. Wow. It's not bad. But some things never change. Well, yeah. How kind of him. That sounds like fun. That was a bit of a mood shift. And she really does favor that leg when she comes to attacking. Maybe you shouldn't have said that. Probably a lot of better things you could have said there. Well, I'm gonna take my leave now. What's in the bag? Okay. I think I'm starting to figure it out now. Very much being isolated from potential friends. Like, she probably wants to just hang out with friends once in a while and not worry about her stuff. But I think it's actually kind of terrifying. Oh, no! That's why you shouldn't rush. Does anybody have a band-aid? Well then. Do you have a band-aid at least? Wow. Mouse number 1. Yeah, finally he realizes that she's wounded. It's all your fault, Morita. This is the taped on tail. Oh no, don't vomit in here. Please get a bucket. Better out than in. Where did my mouse go? Who are you? I'm sure he was. I don't have time to be scolded. I have to work on my mouse. Quite easily, actually. Just watch. You don't understand. Hago made a very cute mouse. Third time. Right, yeah, I get that. Well, that's good to hear. She does have Morita after all, who loves spending time with her. At least she's lighter than Morita, who had also had to be carried at one point in this show. Everything would be a lot taller. There's no need to apologize. Here's a nice moon. Can't argue with that. Honey and Clover. Christmas sale. We should go to that. Let's burn down those trees. Oh, jeez, Morita, what are you wearing? Uh, did, okay. What the heck are you doing, Morita? Guess, okay, just invitations. I don't think I'll take no as an answer. Yeah, he's been doing that lately. It's very weird. For some reason. uh, very demanding. At least Hagu's excited about it. That's really what matters. The girl needs a nice party. Somehow doesn't surprise me. I knew that would be an issue. I don't think he cares as much as you do. Don't cry. Bad touch, Santa. Bad Santa. At least it wasn't her leg that time. Wow, that was slick. Well, it's December 24th. Good, good for you. Freaking cute Hagu. Well, that doesn't sound all that great. Ooh, cake. Sorry, I gotta deal with other children. Yeah, it's gotta kind of sting a little bit. At least trees didn't try to attack you. Were you even listening, Hagu? I mean, I like cheese. I think so. I think a Hagu from Hagu would cheer him up. I have a feeling. Rika. Of course, this is where he goes around Christmas time. Yeah. A little bit awkward. I mean, the bag literally said coffee on it. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, let's shift over to more happy thoughts at our party. She is more than welcome to. Can never have enough of those. Oh wow, now we're talking. Now it's a party. 2 cabbages. Do you like cabbage? Oh, who gave her a knife? Never give this woman a knife. Kampai! Wow, somebody's shorter than Hagu. What is this? This is insane. And then there's Mayama. Who's just like most depressing character in the show currently. Jeez, she's just chugging that. I thought her having a knife was bad. Her being drunk with a knife is worse. Well then. I mean, that's where I was looking too, but... don't compare yourself. Yeah, don't worry about it. This is a party now. You had nothing better to do, be honest, man. Oh. Hello. Okay. Yes, it is. That's the important part. Yeah, get back in there, Mayama. There is quite a difference between Hagu and Yamada, that's for sure. How much did she drink anyway? Oh, you say? Did you just say Yamada liquor store? Like, is that like a family business of hers? Have I read that right? I thought Christmas episodes were supposed to be happy, but there's definitely plenty of sadness in this one. Mostly from Mayama. You asleep? Probably having a happy dream. Maybe involving Hagu. Are we gonna get to see it? Okay. A dream of an actual happy Christmas. Happy childhood Christmas. Not quite what I expected, but it's not too far off. Yeah, if Hagu was around back then, I'm sure he would have had a happier Christmas. Because you can't be unhappy with Hagu around, that's kind of a rule of the show. I'm still getting names down currently. Ugh. Mayama has such a weird name that it's having trouble sticking. I keep wanting to call him Hayama every time. So I'm still working on that specifically. It also doesn't help that different characters have different names for the same person, you know? Okay. Well, that was the 4th episode of Honey and Clover. And this was a Christmas episode, I guess, at least in the second half. Was the first half Christmassy? I don't think so, although it was probably close to it. But yeah, we had some pretty big things this episode. For one thing, we were kind of teased a little bit last episode about there being some sort of issue with Hagu, right? And it kind of flared up when she listened to the other girls talk about, you know, hanging out and stuff. I didn't quite get what that meant, but at this episode made it much more clear. You know, Hagu's obviously quite talented. You know, she has this art stuff she's doing. You know, she gets a lot of praise and stuff for that. But at the same time, there's a lot of like pressure and expectations that go along with that. You know, certain adults not wanting anything to mess with that. You know, want her to focus on what she's good at. You know, that talents, creating, that being the priority. Not having so much time for other things, more normal, standard, you know, just hanging out with friends kind of thing. And her position also kind of affects how her, you know, peers would, you know, view her and stuff like that. There's just a lot of it kind of just compounds it being kind of stressful for her to the point where she has to go to the nurse's office 3 times a month or whatever they said. And even got attacked by her own artwork, just whoosh, right across the face with that wire. That wasn't good. That was unfortunate. Should look great in the mouse outfit. That was good. But, you know. And we also got a bit of Takamoto, was his name right? Yeah, Takamoto. He had a nurse mother, and that kind of resulted in him usually spending Christmas at like a hospital ward, whatever, you know, that kind of Christmas. So for him, Christmas isn't really much of a happy thing. Like during that flashback, we see one child go into their parents' arms, and then in regards to Takamoto, his mother, rather than doing that for him, rushes over for another child. So that right there really says it all, I think, in regards to how he felt back then. So it was nice that we kind of ended the episode off with him having a happy dream, a Hagu-filled, you know, Christmas, happy Christmas because it's much happier with Hagu. Like I said, that's a pretty clear thing. And I guess Rika we found a little bit more about, right? Like, they dropped the info that she has a husband, which kind of threw me off a little bit. But I think then they heavily implied that the husband's dead, you know, visiting the grave is what he meant by going to her husband's place. So that was a little bit of a roller coaster there. But yeah, things are not going so well with Mayama and Rika, at least romantically speaking. That's like I think he tried to make a bit of a play there, but she just went off with other man, so you can't say that went too positively. Really, but you know, it is what it is. Morita had some good stuff this episode, like inviting people to the Christmas party. He had fun doing that. He even was all dressed up in the Santa suit. And his attempt to do it with Yamada was one of the interesting attempts, you know, because Yamada is a bit one of the more violent characters in the show. It, of course, ended quite violently, but he managed to still get that card in there, which was quite impressive, really. Just, like, snuck it up in the back. That was pretty great. So, but, see what else haven't I talked about yet? Yeah, that really was an awkward scene. The whole thing with Rika and Mayama and Hanamoto Sensei, I think the guy was called. Like I said, I'm still getting names down. But you know the guy I'm talking about, the one that was in the car with Rika, right? So, and then we had the party. The party was actually quite fun. We had some good Yamada stuff here, for sure. That one shot of her just like chugging the alcohol was great. Her holding the two cabbages, looking all happy and slicing them up with a knife. Just the Yamada stuff was probably some of my favorite stuff of the party scene itself. You know. Because like I said, Yamada needs more screen time because so far I just kind of view her as the violent character. But this episode, I mean, it helped me like her a bit more. Just that shot of her, specifically just down in the alcohol. You could just see the white eyes that Hagu usually has, you know? Along with this just big old huge smile that looks like it's right out of that one, what was the show called? The Last of Humanity? Jitsuwa, I don't remember, but the one show with the weird fairy dancing thing. Anyway, they had mouths like that. It reminded me of that, and she's like, gug, 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 gug. It was just such a great shot of her. Like, that shot alone did a lot to make me like her more. Of course, the fact that she's the most attractive female character in the show helps too, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, we had some great bits of her, especially when she, like, fell on that bed. Like, even the animation for that bit was kind of nice. But she looked great just laying there. And then we actually had like a sideways pan of the camera showing her her legs, which just looked absolutely fantastic. Which is a fact that was not lost on Hagu and that one somebody's little sister. Like they were just staring at those gorgeous legs. And they were gorgeous legs. And then they just kind of compare it to their legs, which are not quite as sexy, which is understandable, you know? But it was quite funny just lifting up like, oh no, we lost horribly. It's not even a competition, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, didn't they say Hagu was like 18 or something? But I don't know. And then we had like that just final scene, you know, where Shu-chan showed up, brought cake, and they all just had the party together. So it was a nice party. You know, Mayama's still a sad existence, but it was a nice party. We had alcohol, we drank, we had snacks. Takemoto had his wonderful dream. You know, Yamada got to drink a whole bunch. But yeah, I want to go back to that part. Did he really say that there was a Yamada liquor store? I don't know if I'll be able to find that. I think it was right about here. Where does that girl live? She lives across from the driving school at Kubo. It's a liquor store next to the convenience store. Yamada liquor store. So her family business is just a liquor store. like really? I mean, it would explain how she was able to down that like it was freaking water. But yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. So yeah, not too much more to say on the episode than that, really. Just there seems to be a lot going on with various characters. Oh yeah, there's also some comment about Morita not using his talent or whatever, which that was just a little thing in the episode, but that does do a lot to kind of build a bit of a contrast between Hagu and Morita, which is pretty cool. I'm sure we'll explore that more. Definitely means that we could have a pretty interesting dynamic between those two going forward. I mean, they already have a pretty good dynamic, pretty fun one, but I feel like there's a lot of room to develop that with this, especially with this whole talent utilization kind of thing. What was the exact line? How can you waste your talent on this silliness? Yeah, that was the line I was talking about. So, yeah, we'll see if they do anything with that. But man, was that coffee delivery scene awkward. Jesus, I keep thinking about that. That was just painful to watch. He just comes over with this, says, oh, I thought you would just be working, but I guess you're just going off and with another man in his car and all that. Well, I guess I already brought it, so you just take it. I'm okay, I'm leaving now. And then she's like, hey, she gets in the car, like, hey, I got this stuff, you know, you want some of it? Oh, that was awkward. It was so awkward, I could barely take it. I almost wanted to pause it. But anyway, that was that. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. So, Hagu is still the best. Hopefully things work out for her. The one nurse lady said she was happy, so that's good. But hopefully we could still make her happier, if that makes sense, you know? Maybe build up that Morita Hagu friendship a bit, which would be nice. You know, give her more mouse tails and whatnot. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.